Hello and welcome to the weather update. It is 9:30 on May 7th, 2023. A pretty nice weekend all in all. Yesterday was very nice. We had mostly sunny skies yesterday, but I was going to go on a big Pine Barrens hike, but I just wasn't up to it, and that's why you didn't see a video from me. I just went on a little walk in the Pine Lawn area and enjoying some of those nice blue skies that we had. It was quite warm, though. We had temperatures in the low 70s. Low humidity, though, and then in the evening, we did actually get a sea breeze on the South Shore yesterday. And that's the place to be tonight, too, because it's hot as hell here in Mineola. So let's go. You see the clouds moving in and the rain that is now coming into the picture. You see the rain is starting on Long Island right now. And you can see, let's go to the enhanced page here. Get a look at that rain. There you go. So the rain is moving into Long Island right now. And you'll see. Yeah, here's the rain. Actually, that makes it worse. The AccuWeather doesn't look that bad, so it looks like a lot of it is evaporating. It looked like it was really going to... When I saw the radar, I'm like, oh, shoot, it's going to rain around 8 o'clock. But luckily, it looks like it's held off for the most part. It's just kind of a warm, muggy night here in the middle of the island, of course. Looking across the country, you can see, we'll get to that in a minute, but let's first go and look at our current conditions outside right now, and you'll see, yeah, temperatures are in the mid-60s, 63 at Islip, 63 at Farmingdale, and a little humid out there, dew point 52. However, let's take a look and see what it is in the alley from hell out there. Look at that. Still 70 in the alley. I got back to this particular, there isn't an observation to say, literally, my area, Mineola, it's like an urban heat island. It's just, it's so hot. It's so hot, you know? Just 70 in the alley. Unbelievable. Dying over here. It's hell. But anyway, you can see where it's warm. It's like being in the city. It's 72 at LaGuardia. So that's what you got going on. Jersey's got 60s, it looks like, 67, so it's warm there too as well, 50 degrees. Let's go and look at what the day was like at Islip. I guess we'll do that because we want to cover the last couple of days because I didn't do a weather update yesterday. And really, yesterday was just a beautiful day. We'll go first talk about yesterday, which was May 6th, and you'll see here we had clear skies. There are a few clouds that popped up from time to time. Just a few, fairly clear, but pretty mild out there. Pretty warm, but very nice sunny skies, northwesterly breeze. Wish I had been up to go into the Pine Barrens, so unfortunately I've had a rough past couple of days, and I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I'll talk about it in a video coming this week, probably tomorrow. You can take a guess what it's about. I'm pretty incensed. You can get the idea, all right? But you can see we had a pretty strong northwest wind throughout yesterday, but then there was a sea breeze that did wind up developing in the evening. It started on the South Shore and then made its way up toward the middle of the island a little bit and dropped those temperatures from the low 70s down to the low 60s. And you can see yesterday the high at Islip was like, we'll go over that, but it was like 73. We were above normal. And today we had the same deal again, starting with northwest winds in the morning. That got us up into the mid-70s, and then the south winds took over. The sea breeze came in and dropped the temperatures down. And we had a lot of cirrus around, obviously. So let's go take a look at our highs on the map right now. And you'll see temperatures got up into the mid-70s across the island. Look at that, upper 70s in Jersey, close to 80 in Jersey. There's an 81 at Forked River there, 78 at Lakehurst. So a lot hotter there. And the city also had the upper 70s. Around. They didn't really get into the sea breeze at all, and same thing for here in Mineola. We didn't really get into it either. It's pretty warm all day here, waiting for that high temperature to load there. It may not load for the city. Well, instead, we'll go and we'll look at the climatology sites. No, that's the wrong one. All right, local weather. Local past weather observed. We'll start off with Islip for today. You see the high was 75. Normal high is 66, so we were 9 degrees above normal for the high. The low is 49. That was close to normal, only 1 degree above normal. And so that gave us an average of 62. So 5 degrees above normal for today at islip. Let's go ahead and look at yesterday. Yesterday, the high was 72. That was 6 degrees above normal. But the low was 46, which was 2 degrees below normal. So we were near normal, only a couple degrees above normal when you average it out. Let's see if this is showed up on the map yet. Here we go. So 77 was the high at Central Park today. So quite a bit above normal, and we do have the Central Park information up here as well. So here's the Central Park information for today, and you'll see it hit 78 there. Normal high 69, 9 degrees above normal on the high, and 54 for a low. That was near normal. So again, 5 degrees above normal. It did cool off, and that's what we're going to look at next. Let's go back to the map and look at the lows tonight. Let's see what the lows were this morning, because some areas did actually get pretty cool last night. We had mid-40s, except in the city where it was in the mid-50s. And then out in West Hampton, it got down to 39. Otherwise, mostly mid-40s. Jersey, also mid-40s. So most of the outlying areas around New York City were in the mid-40s. And in New York City itself, lows were in the mid-50s. In the alley, well, I didn't keep track, but it probably didn't get down to 45, probably. It probably didn't. Let's go look at our map, our weather map right now. And you will see here that we've got couple of systems, mainly in the Midwest here. Some systems here. These are the systems producing some severe weather. This will bring us some of that rain tonight. We got like a warm, little impulse riding down a warm front tonight, and a warm front that's positioned off to our south. And then we have another cold front over here. We move this along to day 2. You'll see these lows kind of ride along this front. We stay in fair weather. For the most part. Here we go to day 3. We'll probably have rain chances again, and then you'll see high pressure will eventually build down from the Great Lakes. Storm Prediction Center, we have an enhanced risk in, looks like, the Midwest there, a small area around it. Any tornado reports? We have 1 tornado report. And if we move this to day 2, looking at tomorrow, this is tomorrow's convective outlook, goes to slight. That moves a little more to the east into parts of Kentucky and Tennessee, and move to 3. It's in the Midwest again. So let's now go and I guess we'll look at the models. I guess next. Let's do that. Just give me a minute. I got the water right here because it's. So hot here. It's just, I'm on the South Shore. I get back here, I'm like about to faint. It hits you when you get off the bus, and then you walk to my neighborhood. You step off the bus, and you're like, man, it's so much warmer here than Freeport. And then, and there's the urban stale air smell. I can't explain it. And then you get to my neighborhood, and the temperature gets even hotter. It's horrible. You don't like the heat. It's almost like I'm in Jersey without the benefits. At this point, as far as the weather goes, anyway. So, let's go. We'll first start with our upper air pattern that we've got going on. Looking at the GFS first. You see we got sort of a ridge pattern. There's a huge ridge. Look at this huge ridge. This jet stream is a mess. It's like split up. There's a huge ridge up in Saskatchewan there in a good part of Canada, which probably is going to lead to very much above normal temperatures. And then we move this along here tomorrow. You can see we got that little wave that's bringing us the rain. We go to a northwest flow again. And then you can see there's a trough coming in. That'll bring a cool down Tuesday into Wednesday before we see, again, some warmer air move into the picture. And you can see this jet stream is really looking rather disorganized. There's another trough that comes into the east, middle of the month. And another one that kind of sets up. So we still see some troughiness in the east, which means we shouldn't see any huge spells of, heat. We can look at the European model as well with this. So look at the European model. Probably will agree, but go ahead and look at it anyway. Yeah, more or less. It's just different shapes of things, but, generally speaking, they have the same idea. So let's go to the upper air. Back to today. There you go. So you can see a little bit of ridging there. You see a little bit of troughing come through this week. That's going to bring a little bit of a cool down. And then you can see just a huge ridge in western Canada there. which is going to lead to a trough in the east. And you can see more cooler air coming in for the middle of the month there. And you can see that general troughiness in the east continues through late May, it looks like. So we'll be interested to see if May will be. I don't think May is going to be much above normal. It's probably going to be close to normal, maybe even a little bit below normal. We'll have to see how it works out. Right now, that's what it's looking like as far as temperatures go. So let's go, and we can actually use the temperature anomaly chart here, so we can actually. Oh, do we have that? We do have that for this, right? Okay, here we go. No, I don't want to use that. We'll just use this for now. So let's go to the CONUS view. It's too zoomed out. So you can see we were above normal for the weekend, a little above normal for Sunday. Tomorrow we will also be above normal. You can see some above normal. Nothing much above normal, though. And then we start cooling down Tuesday, closer to normal. It's still showing a little bit above normal on Wednesday. And Thursday still showing a little bit above normal, even though you'd think with that pattern in place, you'd think that it would be a little more below normal. But I think when we look at Canada, you'll see why. When we have that other shot, that'll be a shot of cooler air as we get toward the middle of the month. That could be a shot of cooler air right there. And then we have more shots of cooler air coming toward the, again, middle of the month. But this next, even though it looks like it's going to be cool, when you look at Canada, because this is why I wanted to pull out a little bit here, when you look at Canada, you'll see, well, there's no cold air in Canada. Look at how above normal they are in almost the whole country. Is way, way above normal. Very alarming to see temperatures that above normal, that far up into Canada. That is not a good sign at all. So let's go take a closer look at we'll go back to the surface map here, and we'll talk about Canada again a little bit later. So let's go to the surface map, and you'll see as we go into tomorrow, you'll see get this rain overnight, weak high builds in, won't be all that cool behind it. Then we have a low kind of just passing off to the south of us Tuesday. Then we have high pressure building in Wednesday and Thursday. Should bring us similar weather to the weekend, it looks like. And then we stay dry until our next rain chance probably wouldn't be until overnight Sunday into Monday with the next cold front. And then you can see that shot of cold air coming in. See the way the isobars are angled from eastern Canada. So that would bring us a shot of some colder air and some rain chances with these cold fronts that will come through in the long range. So let's go take a closer look at. Oh, and by the way, where's the weather? I think I closed out the weather and hazards map, but just to make a point that, again, there is severe weather going on. You have severe thunderstorm watches and some warnings over here in parts of Illinois, Tennessee, Mississippi. I mean, I usually keep my weather updates, and then there's some more up in Nebraska and Iowa. But again, I usually keep my weather updates focused on this area, not really so much to the Midwest. And now we are in that, severe weather season, so to speak. We can go back to the weather and hazards and just show you again where these warnings are. So you have a big area of severe thunderstorm watch there, a couple of flash flood warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings, and I don't see any tornado warnings, but you do see the severe thunderstorm watches and the red flag warning in that northeast New Mexico and Colorado area. Okay, so let's go back to the GFS here. Oh, and I just wanted to show you the skies today, too. So the skies today, see, not like yesterday. They kind of just had the cirrus coming in here. You'd see. Showing you that toward the evening there. Though there was more sunshine in the morning. The cirrus came in like toward late morning. But anyway, let's go to the HRRR now. And we have 37 frames of the HRRR, and it's not the whole HRRR, but it'll be enough for tomorrow. So you'll see, again, there's that rain. Gonna have some showers tonight. Maybe a thunderstorm. Most likely just showers, though. Not going to really bring that much rain. Again, it looked like it was going to move in earlier, but it's going to be moving in more like I expected. 10 to like 1 or 2 in the morning, generally speaking. And then tomorrow we have the sun return, and then we have the system passing off to the south on Tuesday that probably will keep the rain chances to the south at this point. Let's go look at the dew points and wind flow, because obviously you feel that mugginess tonight. You can see definitely feeling that humidity here. The winds go northwest tomorrow, and we'll have some drier air build in, especially toward the afternoon. Dew points will drop with northwest winds. They'll have to see if they'll. Looks like it might be a sea breeze developing in the evening tomorrow, and then Tuesday you can see that drier air working in from the north there. So let's go look at the air temperatures. Tonight, we're probably not going to be dropping back that much. Probably lows only in the 50s, except perhaps lows only around 65 in the alley. And then for tomorrow, temperatures will go probably pretty warm again. Probably going to have highs in the low to mid 70s again, so we'll be above normal again. And then tomorrow night, probably won't drop off too much. Probably just lows around 50, and that's as far as we got on the HRRR. As far as we'll have to go a little further. If we want to go a little further, we have to look at the actual GFS model. So let's look at the dew points here. All right, you see the north winds. Here you go, Tuesday, that system passing off to the south. Maybe a bit of a southeast flow later on. And then we set up on Wednesday with a light and variable wind type of situation, I guess. It's showing light and variable, but drier air. And then same thing for Thursday, light and variable wind, light north winds. Could be breezy at times. We saw that. We thought we'd have light winds on Saturday, and look at what happened. So because you do have that, the sun is strong, and it kind of stirs up the atmosphere a little bit. Here we are Friday, southwest winds, but you see no really big strong north flow, which kind of tells you that it's not going to be that cold. And here we are looking at next weekend. That looks like it could be a stalled front. We'll have to look at that closely. And then Sunday, you see the moisture, and that is going to be a very warm, humid. That could be LLJ ahead of that strong cold front next week. They're talking about just about a week away, and then behind that, that's when we'll get into that much chillier air with the temperatures dropping into the dew points dropping nice and low. That'll be some nice dry air right there. But then we get back into some moisture for a little bit, and then we get dry air. But the fronts are moving through. Things are moving along. So let's look at the air temperatures. And we go into your Tuesday. Temperatures still around 70. You can see that the sun will probably be out over here, but the clouds and the showers would be over southern Jersey for Tuesday. And then as we move into Wednesday, you see still a little bit above normal. Highs will probably be around 70 degrees. And then look at Thursday. We're back to the mid 70s again. So it stays kind of warm. And then look at that. Friday, we could be making going toward 80 degrees, so it'll still be quite warm. And then here we are, mid-70s again. So again, above normal this week. We'll have to see what happens. Above normal. I thought looking at that jet stream, it would be cooler, but then I forgot, oh, that's right. There's not really much cold air in Canada. We have to wait for the cold air to enter Canada. And then we'll see temperatures drop into the, as we get toward next week, then we'll see that temperature drop to below normal, perhaps only 60s. But any really cool days, we're heading into May now, so in the late May, so you're going to start seeing some warmer weather, but nothing really crazy, no really crazy heat here. You might have a couple of days that get close to 80 or in the low 80s, but no crazy anomalies like we had at the beginning of April. Above normal nonetheless, though. So we still have to deal with that. Let's go now and look at the NAM model, and we'll go to the NAM 3, and I'll have to use the older run of the NAM, and I just want to use this for the rainfall. All right, so here again is the rainfall coming in. You can see it looks like it could be heavy at times on the NAM. And then we're dry tomorrow, and then as far as Tuesday goes, it skirts us. Mostly that rainfall stays off to the south, however. It looks like it does wind up staying off to the south. So how much rain will we get? And I'm going to use the NAM because I think the HRRR underestimated it a little bit. So, yeah, it's not really going to be very much. Some areas might get as much as a half an inch, but most areas are going to get a quarter of an inch or less. So not a lot of rain. So being that we're in the NAM, let me go to the skies. Let's see for tomorrow here. And it actually shows some clear skies tomorrow, actually. For part of the day. Maybe some cirrus or some cumulus rolling. I don't know if that's cirrus, cumulus. It's hard for me to tell on the NAM. Look at the ordinance. It's probably going to be cirrus. Tuesday, we'll have clouds. Wednesday, we push those clouds off to the south again. That's as far as we're going to get with the NAM. GFS, let's go to the GFS. GFS also showing plenty of sun for tomorrow, perhaps. And then more clouds for Tuesday. But then we push those clouds to the south. And Wednesday, as well as Thursday, though it is showing a little bit of cirrus there. It should be mostly sunny. I think it's overdone. Friday, we'll have more in the way of cirrus. And then obviously for next weekend, we'll have some clouds. And then obviously more clouds for Sunday with that chance of showers. And then when they have that next cool outbreak, that'll be our next chance for some sunshine after that. We'll have to see if we have instability, cloudiness with that. We could, like what we had with the last thing. So let's go to the... no, it's not really... It doesn't look like it's going to be the same type of deal because you don't see a cyclonic flow. But anyway, let's go look at the RGEM. So here's the RGEM for tomorrow, and you'll see, again, it's showing fairly clear skies. And for Tuesday, we'll have some clouds. There might be some sun later on in the afternoon. And Wednesday looks pretty nice, mostly clear. So Wednesday looks like a really nice day. So we'll definitely have... we'll have to deal with, a little... It looks like tomorrow might be a little bit of serious around. We're going to have to watch out for that. I want to go jump back to the HRRR0Z here, and we're going to look at a couple of soundings. Let's, 19Z. We'll go ahead. We'll use the 19Z sounding. Let's see what we got here on the sounding. Let's wait for it to load here. The lines are pretty far apart, so it's showing that we should have plenty. Should be fairly sunny tomorrow, in fact. So tomorrow should be a nice day. So it's a little above normal, but it will be very nice. All right, let me go to what I was explaining to you before about Canada. So we're going to go up to Ventus Sky now. All right, so if we pull this out, if you look at Canada, you'll see there really isn't much cold air up there. There's cold air in eastern Canada, and that's what we need. But the air mass that we're getting is more from the central or western Canada. So you can see, look at how warm it is there. I mean, you have some pretty warm temperatures. And if I move this back to the daytime hours, you'll see temperatures near 70 up this far north, which is, again, really unusual. You have this weird jet stream here. We can draw it out for you so to see it here. Draw out the jet stream here. You have this weird jet stream that's still sort of in that omega pattern there. All right, so it's sort of like doing this. Well, sort of doing that. I mean, that's weird, all right? You saw it, though, when we were looking at the jet stream earlier, and you can see all the heat coming up in the middle. There's a big ridge in the middle of the country. But yeah, we do have that lack of cold air in Canada, and that's a big problem. And if we go back to tidbits and we go back and we look at the North American view, which I go back to GFS for this one. We go to the North American view, and we look at temperature anomaly. You'll see most of Canada is well above normal here. I mean, you have some pretty big temperature anomalies here. And that's going to continue this week until, look at that, here we are, Canada is way above normal. So there's no, even though we have the north flow out of Canada, there's no real cold air to speak of in there. So that's why it's not until we get toward next week when we start seeing a little bit of that come down from this area here. We draw again, let's get the map up. It'll come down, and that's when we'll have our cool down. But right now, we stay above normal, well above normal, and that's very worrying that we're getting off to such high anomalies. Could be a very bad life. I'm wondering how much rain they're getting, because I bet it's not much. And if we go and we look at total rainfall, which I'll go and I'll run it till next Monday, total accumulated precip, not showing much rain, so could be another very bad wildfire season in Canada getting going. Just, smoking up our skies again, perhaps for the whole summer. This is like becoming a yearly occurrence, so we'll have to see. I'm wondering if there are any fires going up there right now. So let me go and look at this high-resolution satellite image here. Yeah, there's still snow on the ground. What's that brown? What is that brown there? Is that a fire? Yeah, it looks like we already have a fire up there. All right, let me move this back. Oh, my. Yeah, we already have a big fire. Yep. There's already big fires in Canada. All right, so this is... Let me put the layers here. Yep, this is Saskatchewan, right? No, this is Saskatchewan. Alberta. Alberta has got a lot of wildfires going. So, yep, it's already starting, folks. It's already starting. Oh, I mean, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. I'm telling you. We're already getting off to a bad start. Look at all that smoke. Wow. When did this start? It looks like it started over the past couple of days, that heat wave. Yep. Yep. So that's what we're going to have to deal with. Even when we have the nice air mass, we'll still have hazy skies. This is what it looked like yesterday. We had, like I said, yesterday was beautiful across our area. So anyway, that smoke will eventually work its way back into our area. I don't know when that's going to happen. It all depends on where the air mass comes from, but obviously we may start seeing some of that smoke. You know what? Speaking of smoke, let's go and look at the HRRR integrated smoke graphics here, and we can actually look at this and take a look. How does that sound? All right, so let's go here, and we do the vertically integrated smoke. This is the that is the 00Z run we only have out to this time. So, yeah, it's not going to really take us that far, and it's not showing anything. It doesn't cover Canada. That's the thing. So we'll have to keep an eye on this, obviously. This is a ways away. But, yeah, it uses the... Yeah, it's only giving us that much data right now, out to 14 hours, which isn't very much at all. So, I could use windy.com or earthnullschool.net. Let's go to windy.com. And I'll talk about this because, again, this is something I got. This is important. All right, let's... Not windy.com. Earth. I was confusing it. It's my mistake. All right. All right, so let's see. All right, particles. You can see the fires up there. Let's go and move this along. So here we go. Let's... we'll use the PM10. And we'll move this along. All right, we'll go ahead one day. I think this is one day. Let's see. 5-8. All right. All right. All right. So we'll follow this and see if it winds up making its way into our area, because it very well may. We may start having to deal with it. Here it is 5:10. So it's 5:10. That would be Wednesday. So our very nice Wednesday may have hazy skies. We'll have to see, but it's flies away, but we already see it. We already see the smoke from the wildfires. Here we go, and it's not even summer yet. It's only May. It's not good at all. So, anyway, let's lastly go to the Climate Prediction Center. 6 to 10 day outlook here, and it's showing above normal temperatures, very much above normal for the Pacific Northwest, and above normal really for much of the country, including the East Coast, and just below normal for Texas. Precipitation near normal and below normal for the upper plains. 8 to 14 day, that's when we see the influence of that cooler air would drop down to near normal. Otherwise, below normal for the upper Midwest there for precipitation. And above normal, only above normal, looks like right around Arizona and maybe into New Mexico where they could use it because they got some red flag warnings going. Let's lastly go and look at the ice situation, state of the ice, which we do every once in a while here. And go to the Arctic Sea ice. It's just a slow start. So sea ice loss was slow. So there are cool conditions, and that's because of the way it's all kind of... The cold air is just kind of locked up into that right over that ice pack right there. We'll have to see what happens. At least it's not melting too fast. So every year we got to watch and see if we're gonna have a blue ocean event. Every year, and as long as it's slow, the melting is slow, we have a chance of avoiding it, and then we got to worry about it for next year because there will be eventuality that we're gonna have a summer where there's not going to be any. There's going to be a period where there's not going to be any sea ice at all in the Arctic. So it will happen. It's just a question of when at this point. And again, looking at the Ventus sky, you see that big ridge, and that's what's causing all that those fires. So it's Alberta that's getting it. But we'll have to see. Eventually, that may work its way into our neck of the woods, and we may have some haze in the sky. But other than that, I think that's going to wrap up this weather update. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.